Why does nobody talk about the fact that becoming a mum can completely change the way you think, feel, and see yourself? We spend so much time preparing women for pregnancy and birth. We buy the prams, set up the nursery, we download the apps, we read the books, and then when baby arrives, you're suddenly like you're responsible for this tiny human. You're exhausted, you're carrying an enormous mental load, your body has changed, your relationships change, your identity changes, and somehow we're expected to just cope. And when we don't, we often think that there's something wrong with us. Why can't I handle this? Why am I so overwhelmed? Why am I constantly overthinking? Why do I feel like I've lost myself? Why does everyone else seem to be doing motherhood better than me? This is where I want to introduce something that I've created. It's called Mum's Mindset Makeover. What the hell even is that? And I'm not talking about positive affirmations, pretending everything is fine, or telling yourself to just think positive. What I'm talking about is learning to understand what's actually happening in your body and your mind when you're overwhelmed, learning how to regulate your nervous system, what even regulating your nervous system is, to change the stories you're telling yourself, rebuild your confidence, and start trusting yourself again. Because when you can trust yourself, you can handle absolutely anything that happens. I don't believe that mums need another list of things that they should be doing for their self-care and for their wellness. I think we need to start looking at how we are doing motherhood. It's exactly why I created Mum's Mindset Makeover. Today, I'm going to explain why I created it, what it actually is, who it's for, and why I believe that every mum deserves the opportunity to stop surviving motherhood and to start feeling like herself again. So welcome to Out of Her Mind. My name is Kobi Pollock. I am a life coach, a registered nurse, a mum myself, and a woman who survived burnout. I have since healed myself and now do the same to help other women, especially mums. Let's talk about motherhood and why becoming a mother isn't just about adding a child into your life. It changes your identity, your priorities, your hormones, your relationship, your body, your nervous system, your confidence, your sense of freedom, your expectations of yourself. Now, I want to talk about something called matrescence. We have a word to explain what happens to children when they become adults. It's adolescence. But we don't talk enough about the developmental transition that mums experience when they have babies. And if you want to dive deeper into matrescence, have a listen back to a couple of my previous episodes where I deep dived into this. Now, matrescence is what happens when we become a mum. It's hormonal, it's physical, it's spiritual. It affects us socially. It changes our whole identity. Becoming a mum and motherhood is not the problem. The problem is that women are not taught how to navigate the enormous psychological and physiological transition that comes with becoming a mum. So I'm here to change that. I know exactly what it feels like to look like you're coping on the outside and you're slowly dying on the inside, fading away. You don't know who you are anymore. One thing I've realized is that changing your life is not about just trying harder. You need to understand the nervous system, our mindset, and then step into self-trust. And that's the foundations of Mum's Mindset Makeover and really all of the work that I do. I created the program that I needed back then when I was becoming a mum, when I was trying to hold everything together. I experienced postnatal depression myself. When I had my second son, I started having falls. It's like my legs weren't working properly. I would stumble and when I would usually be able to catch myself, I would actually fall to the ground. And this happened a couple of times when I was holding my baby. Both of my boys were premature, so they came before I was ready. They were in hospital for over a month each. They had lots of medical things going on. I'm so grateful that they are healthy and well now. And at the time, it was just about surviving. It's doing the things we need to do to keep together, to hold things together. There are ways to support ourselves through this. I was having these falls, so I went to the doctor, had investigations, went to the neurologist. There was actually nothing they found wrong with me. And what I believe now that I understand the nervous system so well is that it was my nervous system in overload. I was unable to keep myself upright because my whole body was feeling the effects. So what actually is Mum's Mindset Makeover? It's a self-paced 3-week online course that you can access when it works for you, which as a mum is absolutely what we need. It's not another thing to add to your to-do list. It's what is going to open up space for you, allow you to calm your nervous system and feel centered and present, to change those stories you're telling yourself, and then to step into that full self-trust. The first week is about calming the body. Before you can actually change your thoughts, you need to calm the body that you're in to regulate your nervous system. Now, regulation is basically making it work at its peak. Now, an overwhelmed brain is not necessarily a broken brain. Sometimes it's your nervous system that's been running on high alert for such a long time that it's doing what it can to save you. Module 2 is about clearing the mind. So this is where we start working around overthinking, negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, those stories that we tell ourselves that are not always true, and that feeling like we're failing. Then module number 3 in week 3 is about rebuilding confidence and self-trust, because when we can have that confidence and trust within us, that we can feel safe, that we can handle absolutely anything that comes along, and life is easy. It's not about becoming a perfect mum. It's learning how to trust yourself again. So who needs a mum's mindset makeover? This is for the woman who feels constantly overwhelmed. Brain never switches off. You're overthinking everything. You're snapping at people you love and then feeling guilty. You feel like you've lost yourself since becoming a mum. Like, who even am I? I remember my husband at one stage had said, go and get a hobby. I have no idea what I would want to do. This is for the woman who's constantly putting everyone else's needs in front of their own. Like, you're not even on that list. You're comparing yourself to other mums. You know what you should be doing, but you can't actually do it. You're exhausted from carrying the mental load. You don't feel confident in yourself anymore. You keep saying, I just need to get through this stage. Like, I need to get to that point and then everything will be fine. No, it doesn't work like that. You'll just keep pushing and keep pushing. Now is the time to change things. Or you're waiting for life to become easier before you allow yourself to feel better. I think the biggest sign that someone needs a mum's mindset makeover is because you don't feel like yourself anymore, or you don't know who you are outside of being a mum and those roles and responsibilities that you play. I believe that every mum deserves to understand herself, to understand how her body works, how her nervous system works, and how she can shift those thoughts to create that life that feels really great for her. You don't need to wait until you're burnt out. You don't need to hit rock bottom. You don't need the perfect version of yourself. All you need to do is start paying attention to what's going on inside of you. This will make motherhood feel more manageable from the inside out. We reboot our computers, we get upgrades, we do upgrades on our phones, our cars. When do we ever do that for our brains and our nervous systems? This is your opportunity to work on yourself from the inside out, because you deserve it. Mum's mindset makeover is not about becoming a different mum, a different person. It's actually about coming back to yourself, calming your body, clearing your mind, and stepping into that true self-trust and confidence to know that you can handle everything. Your kids don't need a perfect mum. Your kids need you, and you deserve to feel like yourself again too. If you're feeling overwhelmed, stuck in your head, or like you've actually lost yourself, then Mum's Mindset Makeover is for you. I'll pop the details in the show notes. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it to another mum. It's my vision to get Mum's Mindset Makeover out to every single woman that needs it. We deserve to know this information about how to calm our nervous systems, rewire our mindset, and step into that confidence. Because if you're anything like I was living in survival mode for way too long and I'd lost myself. This is your chance to find yourself again. And seriously, it's a no-brainer because it's only $49. Like, that is nothing in changing your life. Just because you're a mum doesn't mean you have to lose yourself. Please like, share, and subscribe this podcast. Share it to another woman who needs to just take a breath, that really needs a mum's mindset makeover. Thank you for listening, as always. And until next time, take a breath and know that you are enough.